Yeah, it's going to be a very different auto show, to be sure. Rather than the middle of winter, it's going to be in the middle of summer in July. That, however, will allow them to move a big part of it outside here onto the street. Most importantly, however, as the officials said in their news conference earlier, this is the first big show here at McCormick Place in more than a year. It's a February tradition for many Chicagoans, a trip to the auto show to see the latest and greatest vehicles. The pandemic put a crimp in those plans this year, but organizers say they're thrilled the auto show will be the first big event at McCormick Place since the start of the pandemic.
The return of the auto show represents Christmas in July for us.
Organizers say the July dates for the show will now allow them to bring part of the show outdoors, a safer environment during the pandemic.
It's allowed us to do things a little bit differently, think about the show a little bit differently, and the automakers have really embraced it.
The show is moving from McCormick Place east to the West building on the other side of Lakeshore Drive. It will allow automakers to use the street outside for interactive exhibits and test drives. It will be a smaller show with attendance limited to 10,000 people at a time, and shorter, just 4 days instead of 11. But the show is on nevertheless, and that's big news for many workers like Kevin McLaughlin, whose livelihood depends on conventions and trade shows.
For anyone that works in this industry, it's just a great feeling for them to know that there's something in sight for them to be able to go back to work.
The workers they're ready to go.
A year ago, McCormick Place was filled with hospital beds prepared for COVID-19 patients. Officials say the return of the auto show, even on a smaller scale, is a hopeful sign for the future.
Setting the stage for the safe return of big events in the months to come.
Well, they plan to limit capacity here to about 10,000 people at a time. They figure they can probably get a total of about 30,000 people a day here. The show will run 5 days rather than the usual 11. Tickets already on sale. In fact, they've already sold quite a few.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.